Far across the silver hills and crystal rivers, there was a kingdom ruled by a widowed queen. Her only daughter, Princess Elara, was as gentle as moonlight and as pure as spring water. When Elara came of age, she was promised to Prince Aiden, who lived in a faraway realm surrounded by swans and lakes. Before Elara's departure, the queen took a tiny crystal vial filled with her own tears and tied it around her daughter's neck. "As long as my love shines within this vial," she said softly, "no darkness can harm you." Along with this, she gave Elara her most trusted maid, Sarah, to travel with her. The two set off at dawn, their horses trotting through misty forests and sunlit meadows. Elara's white horse, Solene, had eyes like silver and could understand human speech. The days passed peacefully until one afternoon the princess grew weary and asked Sarah for water. Sarah, whose heart had long been poisoned by envy, refused. "If you want water, take it yourself," she said coldly. Elara, too kind to argue, dismounted and cupped her hands to drink from a stream. As she leaned down, the crystal vial slipped from her neck and drifted away in the current. When Elara noticed, she gasped, but Sarah only smiled. Without the vial, the queen's protection was gone. The maid's eyes gleamed with wicked triumph. "Now, princess," she hissed, "you will do as I say, or your life will end before the journey does." Terrified and heartbroken, Elara obeyed. Sarah forced her to exchange dresses and horses, taking Solon for herself. When they reached Prince Aiden's castle, Sarah announced herself as the princess, while Elara, in rags, followed as her servant. The real princess was sent to work in the royal stables by the lake, where a single white swan often came to rest. The bird had a strange, knowing look in its eyes, and when no one was near, it whispered softly, "Fear not, true princess. The truth cannot stay hidden forever." Prince Aiden was puzzled. The woman who claimed to be his bride seemed proud and cruel, nothing like the kind-hearted princess described in letters from her mother. Yet when he saw the quiet girl tending the swans, something in his heart stirred. One night, when the moon floated high above the lake, the swan began to sing. Its song shimmered across the water like silver light. "Elara, daughter of the true queen, your time will come, for truth rides the wind and cannot die." The princess wept, for she knew Solon's spirit lived within the swan. An old gardener who tended the royal flowers overheard the swan's song and grew curious. The next morning he followed Elara to the lake and saw her kneel before the swan, weeping. When she whispered her story to the wind, the gardener hurried to the king's hall to tell what he'd seen. The king, wise and kind, decided to test the truth. He invited both women to a grand feast and asked them to speak of their journey. Sarah stammered, inventing tales that twisted like thorns, while Elara remained silent, tears glimmering in her eyes. Then the king brought forth a golden bowl of enchanted water. "Only the true bride," he said, "may touch this water without harm." When Sarah placed her hands in it, the water hissed and turned dark as ash. But when Elara reached forward, the bowl shone with dazzling light. Gasps filled the hall. The prince knelt before Elara, realizing at last who she truly was. The swan burst through the window, transforming into Solon once more, and bowed to his mistress. Sarah trembled with shame and fled the castle, never to be seen again. Elara's crystal vial was later found near the riverbank, glowing softly as if her mother's love had guided it home. She married Prince Aiden in a grand celebration, and together they ruled with compassion and grace. Every spring, a swan with silver eyes circled their palace, a reminder that truth, once lost, always finds its way back.